people's credit so they can live the life that they truly deserve. And we want you to do that. If you can hear me, please type yes in the comments, or type a 1, or let me know where you're watching from. What I want to talk about today, we've been talking about how to get derogatory accounts removed from your credit reports. And the last thing we talked about was, the 6 standard responses that you get 99.9% of the time when you file a dispute. But there's other things that happen too, like sometimes they don't respond. The credit bureaus don't respond. So let's talk about that a little bit. The first thing I want to say is don't think that if they don't respond in 30 days, woohoo, you win, and everything comes off your credit report. It does not work that way, because they are billion-dollar companies and we're not. And so if they don't remove it because they didn't respond in 30 days, what are you going to do? Sue them? Do you think you're going to beat them in court? Believe me, you're not. But quite often what happens is, particularly since COVID hit, we find a lot of times that they are not responding in 30 days. But let's talk about what a response actually means. A response doesn't mean that they have to complete their investigation of your dispute and respond to that. A response means they have to acknowledge that they got your dispute. So quite often, like Experian, they'll just send back a little postcard. I mean, a tiny little paper-thin postcard that says, we got your dispute. That meets the requirement of responding in 30 days. Sometimes you'll get 99% of the time, you're going to get those other letters back that we talked about before. You might get a letter back that says the item was deleted. Probably you might get a letter back that says it was verified. And then there's all those other ones, like we couldn't read your identification documents, or your dispute is frivolous, blah, blah, blah. What you want to do is, number one, send your disputes out certified, so you at least have some kind of proof that they were delivered, okay? Because if you don't send it out certified and you claim that they never responded in 30 days, it doesn't matter, because there's no proof whatsoever. It's your word against theirs. But even if you send it certified, let me just explain this. Even if you send it certified, number one, I send a lot of certified mail. I can tell you, certified actually slows down the process, because I send stuff out certified on one date. It doesn't for 12 days. So if you're thinking about 30 days, 12 days for it to get there, they have 30 days from the day they received it, okay? So 30 days can easily turn into 40 or more, for one. Then even if you have the certified mail receipt and you can prove that it was delivered and you kept copies of your letters and all that, if you ever tried to take them to court, there's always the position of, yes, we did receive this letter, but what they say was in the letter was not actually what was in there. It was something else. So what I say is you're never going to beat them on, if they don't respond in 30 days, who just, I win my dispute. It just absolutely does not work that way. Another thing too is about disputing online. When you dispute online, like if you're on Credit Karma and there's an account on there and they've got that little dispute button on the side, and you click on that to initiate a dispute, that automatically gives them 45 days to respond. Automatically. I mean, you were giving up some of your rights when you dispute online. I mean, I can't stress enough how important it is to print a letter, stick it in an envelope, and mail it certified. I can't stress how important that is. So anyway, you mail it off certified. Let's say you give it 45 days, because you're checking your certification to see when it got delivered, and so it took 12 days. You wait 30 days from that day, you still haven't received a response. The answer, what you have to do is you have to send what we call a 30-day no response letter. The letter basically reiterates your dispute, the reason you're disputing. You're going to want to include the original letter that you sent. You're going to want to include your certified mail receipt, and you can check these online to see if they were not. Just print out that it was delivered, include that in your letter, and send a letter. Hey, it's been more than 30 days. You didn't respond. My next step is to report you to to the FTC that you're not responding. And send that letter with all that proof in there that you sent it the first time. You're probably going to get a response back after that, I can tell you, because when they get the second letter and it comes in certified, they are going to take that a little more serious. But then you still might just get back that postcard that says, okay, we got your dispute and we're working on it. Going to go to a 60-day. We do use a 60-day response letter. A couple other things about the responses is the since COVID hit, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which was formed after the real estate crash and stock market crash back in 2008, which was designed to obviously protect consumers. That's why it's called the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. But the CFPB, when COVID hit and the credit bureaus sent all their employees to work from home, the CFPB essentially, they put this in writing that they are not relieving the credit bureaus of their responsibility to respond within 30 days, but for foreseeable future, we're not going to enforce it. So they took any teeth out of that there was in it. My perception now that we're almost a year into this COVID is that we are getting more responses, more timely responses. It seems like the credit bureaus have adjusted, but it's still not that uncommon to go 45 to 60 days before you get that first response. So just keep that in mind. It takes a long time. Be patient. If you're working with a credit repair company, be patient. They're doing it the best they can. Another thing about disputing is never dispute under 30 days. Like if you touch the first, don't dispute again until 30 days have passed, because if you dispute more than once every 30 days, you are automatically given the credit bureaus 45 days to respond, and that's in perpetuity. The first time that you break that rule of disputing in less than 30 days, forever after that, they have 45 days to respond to your disputes. You don't want it to be that way. So at any rate, that's it for today. We'll be back on Monday. If you need to reach us, 888-610-7366, or go to our website. Good to see y'all. It's Happy Friday. And with that, peace, love, good credit. I will see you.